guys, it's Death Monkey. Today we're going to be talking about some rather interesting news concerning Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, for those who don't know, the UI or UX overhaul is actually going to be coming to Modern Warfare 2, which is, and UI essentially is the user interface. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone's aware of Call of Duty 2.0, and basically within that, it's kind of like the Call of Duty main menu, if you will. That is similar to applications like Netflix and things like that. Now, there's been quite a few negative bits of feedback concerning the actual layout or the user interface itself. People say it's like too blocky, people saying that it's not user-friendly, it's too difficult to actually look for what you're actually trying to look for, if that makes sense. There's no barracks in any way, shape or form. There's no leaderboards, although I think I heard leaderboards are coming into Season 1 on November 16th. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that is the case, from what I've heard from non-Call of Duty leakers. According to Ralph's Valve, a known Call of Duty leaker, he says Infinity Ward plans to facilitate and entirely rework Call of Duty UI UX systems, a major redesign and rebrand. Launching Call of Duty's first subscription scheme introduced mobile application in concept and content discovery and library store re-architecture, apparently, so that's really interesting there. They actually apparently came back to us on this, and they've said it's a work in progress, there's a lot of moving pieces, updates have been well underway. So that's really interesting to see, guys. Again, I want to know what you guys' thoughts of that in the comments. Now, apparently, according to the Daily Mail, which is, of course, a well-known UK newspaper, apparently, as you guys can see, sharpshooters, non-soccer players if you're from the US, or football players if you're from the UK, Paul Pogba and Neymar are swapping the football pitch for the battlefield, with pair to feature as playable characters in the popular gaming franchise Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, for those who don't know, Neymar has already had a skin in Fortnite, so they've already collaborated on that game together. But it looks like Neymar, Paul Pogba, and from what I understand, Lionel Messi are all going to be playable characters. It's been found in the in-game files, which I'll pop on screen now. So there's no question that Paul Pogba and Neymar can both shoot explosively, but this can now be taken in a whole different sense. The duo will be in the footballing spotlight next month, because this was in October here, guys, so it's referring to November here. Footballing spotlight next month, injuries permitting, when the World Cup takes place in Qatar. However, for those gaming lovers, the pair will be catching the eye on consoles, not for footballing purposes. Now, as you guys can see from these images, this is an image of Paul Pogba, Paul Pogba, who's a very world-class football player. He's really good. I think he's currently in the Premier League, if memory serves. I think I may have got his club wrong here, but I believe he's done quite a few games. I think it was for, oh my God, I think it's either Liverpool or Tottenham Hotspur, if memory serves. So he's, and I'm trying to think what other teams he's played for. He's done numerous football matches. There you got Neymar. A little bit of a low quality image there, but that looks really interesting. That's his skin that's going to be in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And these are them, of course, in real life. So there's Neymar, Paul Pogba in real life, and that's really interesting there, guys. Brazil forward Neymar and France midfielder Pogba will put down their football boots and kick up guns instead, not literally, as they will be characters in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. The latest installment of the popular gaming franchise is already released, of course, and includes the bonus edition of the aforementioned duo. Graphics have emerged of both being accessible characters, and purists will be delighted that they are dressed appropriately. Instead of donning football attire, they are wearing classic military uniform, dressed head to toe in camouflaged equipment, which includes headsets and eyewear. Once the game is out, Neymar will hit the headlines once again this week after shining during Paris Saint-Germain's 7-2 win over Maccabi Haifa in the Champions League on Tuesday night. That was, of course, back in late October there, so I think this came out last week on this little article here. That's really interesting. Now, just before I go on to the next part of the video, there are spoilers ahead, so if you want to click away from this video, do so now. But apparently it looks like that a certain fan of Call of Duty who's been somehow managed to get his way into Warzone 2.0, which is supposed to be coming out on November 16th, has actually managed to find some rather interesting comparison photos for a few maps that are going to be returning during year 2 of the life cycle for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, like I say guys, spoilers ahead, and without further ado, let's get into this. So as you guys can see, according to a Call of Duty leaguer who goes by the name of Ghost of Saba, he's actually managed to find some rather interesting images and comparisons to the what we're going to expect to see in Warzone 2.0. So I'm just going to scroll up a little wee bit here. So as you guys can see, I'm pretty sure most of you guys recognise this specific map. This is of course Afghan from Modern Warfare 2. Now Afghan was a quite a large desert-sized map, I should say, with a crash plane in the middle of it. So that was really good, and here's the correct image that we're going to be seeing it in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, I may have to blur these out, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with the video when I upload it. This one is, of course, Dome from Modern Warfare 3, and the remake of it is actually in-game. You can get to play it. I think it's on the map Defender Mount Zaya in the cooperative mode. So that's interesting. So I don't need to worry about that specific image. Next up, we've got this image. Now, this is, of course, Terminal from, not sure, it may be Modern Warfare 2. As you guys can see, this is the, I guess you could say like the check-in area, I suppose. And over here, this is what we were going to see in the full game of Modern. I think it's been revealed to us in a recent video that Call of Duty showed us. Like, I think it was a Call of Duty Champs, if memory serves. I've also got this image here. I'm pretty sure most of you guys recognise this as Quarry, again from Modern Warfare 2. And this image here is Quarry itself in Warzone 2.0. And notice it's got water all around the centre of the map, so that's going to be a really interesting addition. We're going to have to wait and see how that goes. I've got another shot here of Terminal. Of course, this is the one I think from Modern Warfare 2, and this is it in game. So that's really interesting to see at the airport POI. I've got a few more shots here. This is another shot of the outside of the area, and if you look, this is like the little walkway, but notice the plane is gone. So we're going to have to wait and see how well that performs in Warzone 2.0, but that's really interesting there. I've also got a few more images here of this is Burger Town from Terminal, and this is it in Modern Warfare 2. And this is the one from the original Modern Warfare 2 of the then there's like the customer service and the shop area, and this is it in the 2022 version. This one here, I'm pretty sure most of you guys recognise as Storm from Modern Warfare 2, which is one of the Call of Duty DLC maps, and this is it in the 2022 game. I've got a few more here, guys. I've also got High Rise. So this is the one in Al Mazrah. I've got a few shots in Al Mazrah actually, apparently. So that's really interesting to see. Note you can actually use the elevator from the ground floor to actually get up on top of the actual high-rise building, so that's good to see. This one's also currently in game, not as a 6v6 maps, but it's actually in the one of the ground war maps named Tarak. So that's really interesting to see. Make sure you guys check that out, guys. It is in game right now. I've got a few more images here. I've got another few more shots of Afghan here, so that's really interesting to see. This is it in Warzone 2.0. Another shot of the cave, and again that's it in the same game. And now, like I say, guys, I may have to blur a few of these images out. Just bear that in mind here. That one's a little bit low quality, but that's really interesting there. This is the spawn area. You can see how much it has changed. Obviously, don't forget the graphics will improve once the full release is launched. Like I say, guys, Dome is in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, but just bear in mind that is in the cooperative mode. Got one more to actually show you guys. This is, some people may thinking, why are you showing me a picture of a ship? But believe it or not, apparently, rumour has it, it's the new and improved shipment. Get what I say there? Shipment. It's not a ship. So that's really interesting there. So nice little shot of it down from up above. You can actually make out the containers here. So you got 4, 8, 12, 16 containers with 2 on the other side there. So you can definitely clearly tell that's shipment. So that's interesting there. I've also got a rather interesting addition here. This is the air traffic control tower in Warzone 1.0, and it looks like it's been redesigned for Warzone 2.0, which is really interesting there. So, but we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. I think that's more or less it here, guys. So I want to know what you guys thought of this. Let me know in the comments box down below. And somehow he's actually managed to glitch himself a top-down view of the Warzone 2.0 map. So again, I want to know what you guys thoughts are. Leave your thoughts in the comments box down below. Make sure you guys thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the notification bell so I upload, and I'll see you soon. Until then, peace out.